Trudy Jean Evans.
Well, so I'm the non-pharmacist in the room. So what does that mean? Probably not a thing, huh? I have, though, had the pleasure of doing quite a bit of work with different pharmacies within hospitals. I do work with the Plantation General Hospital, the HCA system. I've done work with Martin Memorial. I do work with Westside Regional. And so I'm a little familiar with what I know what precept means. I always think it sounds like some type of reptile, right? Like, like some kind of dinosaur. All right, well, I'm going to talk to you today about, here comes the precept. I mean, out of all the words you could think of, right? What should we call that word? I don't know, let's make up something. I want you to think about 3 components of trust, all right? First of all, it will begin with your, as you say there, your capacity for trust. And what I mean by that is today, all of you and we all grew up somewhere. And however we were brought up, we built to where you are this moment, your capacity for trust. So some of us grew up in a loving environment where trust, we trusted our parents. We lived in a neighborhood that was trusting. And some of us grew up in a little bit of the opposite, right? We grew up perhaps in a neighborhood that was not trusting, locked the doors, bars on the window, right? We might have not necessarily had very much trust in our lives. So right now, wherever you are, you have already established a capacity of trust, right? There are people that you have to earn their trust. And there are other people that give trust readily. Trust is only theirs to lose. How many of you are the first one? You give trust automatically, and it's yours to lose. How many of you are that way? How many of you are like me? You've got to earn trust first. I don't go into it necessarily. All right, so usually about 50-50. The second one, as you see, is your perception of competence in the workplace. So do I think you can do a job good? All right? So it's now first my capacity, what I believe of today, which might change over time. And then I look at, do I think, if I'm standing next to you and we're working together, do I think you're competent? Competency in the world of pharmacy is up, right? And the third one is your intention. I might think you're competent, but do I think you're doing it for the right reasons? All right? Because some people's perception could be, I don't trust you because you don't look right. There's something about you. Too young. I want to ask you something. I think that's so interesting because you all are young. Right? That's one of the things that you're going to have to think about overcoming. And there's nothing you can do about it, right? You can't grow old immediately. I can remember there was a time in my life that I was around my late 20s, for 26, 27. And now you're thinking, wow, she looks a lot younger than that. No. And one of my jobs was as a business consultant. I worked with franchise owners, so I had to travel and help franchise owners in their business. And the minute this kid got off the plane, they didn't believe, that I could tell a 40-plus, 50-year-old individual anything. So I would pull my hair back and wear fake glasses so that I could do anything I could to age. But that's a very interesting thing for you to think about. Because unfortunately, you have youth going against you. And so you almost have to build trust. Because the minute they see you, they don't think you know what you're talking about anymore. Right? And by the way, you're probably 10 times smarter than the people you're working next to that have been in Jackson for 30 in the healthcare